And for this next fight, we got two prospects coming in off year-plus layoffs. We got Natan Levy and Mike Davis. Mike Davis, he hasn't fought since October of 2022. Had some injuries. I think he had some other things that were going on for why he didn't fight. And in general, Davis just struggles to stay active. He debuted with the UFC in 2019, and since then he's only fought 4 times in 5 years. He had 0 fights in 2020. He had 0 fights in 2023. But he is on a 3-fight win streak, and he is a guy that people still see as a prospect because whenever he gets in there, he usually has good performances, but needs to stay active and put together wins if he wants to move the rankings. And it seems to me, as just from listening to Mike Davis's interviews and things like that, fighting isn't a super priority to him. I've heard him say in interviews fighting 1 time gives him 2 years of freedom. He could pay all his bills, travel, do what he wants, or something like that. And to me, that's kind of a weird statement. I mean, doesn't seem like the best mindset to me, but I guess it's working for him. And Natan Levy, he's coming off a layoff. He had some injuries, canceled fights, frustrating year last year. He was 2-0 in 2022, so he also had some momentum, but similarly to Mike Davis, it's kind of almost a restart for both guys here. He had the year away, now he's come back into a tough fight, and I think the winner of this fight is going to get a big matchup next, maybe even a top 15 guy. So it's a really good matchup. I feel like people are counting out Natan Levy in this fight, but I think he is live to win. I mean, I feel like you have to favor Davis, and I agree with the line, and I am going to be picking Davis, but you look at how both these guys match up. Mike Davis, really good boxing. He's a huge guy for 155 too. The guy cuts a ton of weight, and we see that in terms of his gas tank. He does get tired, but when he's fresh, he has great head movement. He does a good job of throwing in combination. He'll attack the body, and he uses uppercuts and body punches kind of to disguise each other, and it's a good way to land these combos and get off. And really good hand speed, good boxing. I think that in terms of if they're in the pocket, Levy doesn't have much of a chance. He throws that check hook, and maybe if Mike Davis gets tired and Levy can connect on that clean, something could happen, but he doesn't necessarily have that big pop in his hand. So if Mike Davis gets the fight where he wants, I think it's going to be in the pocket or backed up Levy against the cage. And where Levy wants it is at kicking range or in the clinch or on the ground. And I feel like that's going to be the battle here. Mike Davis is going to be trying to pressure, try to use his boxing, get Natan Levy uncomfortable, and then maybe connect with some big shots, hurt him. And Mike Davis has good wrestling too, so that's going to be an interesting battle here. Who has the wrestling advantage? If Davis gets stuff some shots from Natan early and, like I said, put the pressure on and make it more of a boxing range fight, he is probably going to get a lot of damage off and have a lot of success. And if Davis could put Levy on his back, I think he's going to have a good night and probably win pretty easily. But if Natan Levy can actually keep it more at kicking range, land those calf kicks, uses dynamic striking that he has from the outside, he could get to Davis a little bit. And I think Levy has to throw high volume, throw in combination as well. And Mike Davis gets tired, so he needs to not let Mike Davis fight in bursts. If he gets taken down, he has to try to get back up right away. Has to try to shoot in on Mike Davis, initiate wrestling, and make it a really, really high-paced battle here. And if he could do that, I think he could get Davis tired and potentially steal the decision or maybe get a late finish. But ultimately, as a pure prediction, I'm going to say Mike Davis wins this one via decision. I just think he's a little bit better than Levy in terms of composure on the feet, and I think he's going to probably be able to keep it standing. I don't know if he's going to get tired enough to where Levy can win the second round or finish him late, so I think he'll probably win a decision. Maybe Levy has success in round 3, but I'll say Mike Davis wins 29-28.